Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And today I am here to play with some of our Brusho crystal colour. And this is how we get them. We have a set of 5 and I have poked holes with push pins. And I've colour coordinated them as much as I can. Are you surprised that I colour coordinated my push pins with my Brusho colour? I don't think you are. I really don't. So I have played with this a while ago, and by a while ago I can't remember how long ago I played with this. Now I played with it with my team, and hey Joe, and I also played with it in a class. So I was, I'm doing some little bits of reorganize. Here I am, Donna. Oh my word. Hello, Teresa. Thank you for joining. As you know, I'm doing a bit of reorganization here in my craft room, just doing little bits and pieces. Generally it's okay, but I had a few pressure points that were annoying me, and one of those was I knew I hadn't shared a lot of my projects with you, and I came across my Brusho beauties. So I will show you my favorite one first. Now every time every time I play with Brusho, I come up with a different thing, and I'm going to show you how to use it, but I more want to use the pieces I've already got here. So this has to be my most favorite piece. It reminds me of like a, hey Renee, reminds me of a like an artist painting. It's just like, I didn't plan it, but it's like the sky and the ground and just this great landscape. Didn't plan it that way, but hey, this is one. And these are the other ones. I've slopped up a bit of rainbow here, and I've done this one. Lots of different techniques on this one, but I will explain. And then I did this one. So love the rainbow. Doing the rainbow is so much fun. So we have our 5 colours. So we have our mossy green. Now these are crystal colours, so they come out in little crystals, which is why you get this. It's not just depending on how much water you add, depends on if all the crystals dissolve, and that's the fun about you playing with Brusho. It's all dependent on water. Now this is our gamboge, which is orange, and this is our yellow. So they're fairly similar, but you can see the difference. So this is our yellow. My favorite, and I'm just making sure, this is our Prussian blue. Oh my God, I love this color. Just love it. And then we have our brilliant red. Now, I don't think I added enough pigment, so it's looking more pink, but it is red. I promise you. You can see in those darker bits, it is red. So I have all these bits in this basket that I have played with. So I have all these bits, and like this is one. This is how dark we can get the blue. I think I just painted it on. There are so many different ways that you can use these. It's so much fun. So I have some, what do I have out? I have some shimmery white paper, which is very good to use with our Brushos, and I also have watercolor paper. I think most of the samples I've showed you so far are using our watercolor paper. So I am just going to have a sip of water, otherwise I might feel very parched. Even though it's not warm today, it's actually on the cooler side. We're cooling down here in the southern hemisphere, and a lot of you girls in the northern hemisphere are warming up. And I also appreciate everyone's patience for me not feeling well at the end of last week. And then I had a really, really busy weekend with a team meeting and class. So I do appreciate that it's been a minute since I have been around. Sorry, just finding places for things here. I wasn't quite as organised as what I originally thought I was. So I will flick you guys around, turn off my overhead light so we don't have any shadows in our video, and we will get started. So I hope you all did have a lovely weekend, despite not being around to say hello to you. And I've realised I also don't have my second device set up, so just bear with me a minute here. And flick. Hello, Mr. Fort. Well, this needs to go back. And yes, oi. I do believe, oops, I just popped that on quiet mode. Swipe left. I did swipe left. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to lift this up a touch here. There we go. Oh, maybe not. And I turned it on to quiet mode again. Right, sorry. Turn off this light. And I'm just going to grab my second device so I can see everyone's comments. So, as I was saying, these are the Brusho. They are just little crystals of colour, and all shall be explained in a second. So just bear with me here, just while I get myself all set up, because I'd hate not to be able to see your comments and answer any questions that you have. So first of all, I want to know who has Brushos and who hasn't played with them, because I do love playing with them. Waiting, here is my live video. Right, sorry, I do love playing. And let's mute this while I'm here. And press play. Let's see if I can get, hopefully this is live now. I've got quiet mode turned on here too. Okay, right. My second device is up. I can see you all. I can't hear myself, which is an advantage. What I might do though, so you're not seeing my lap, is just move myself up a touch. That's better. And I might move myself a touch over, because I'm using, you don't have them, but I adore the brilliant colours. Awesome. You've used them once, Joe. You need to use them a bit more. That's what I'm saying. Right, thank you for bearing with me there. Hopefully we don't have too many shine issues because of my waterproof mat here. Hello, Miss Jamie. Hello, Elfie. Anastasia. Awesome. Awesome. Jamie, did you get my text message? Sorry, I'm going to do an aside here and say, Jamie, this whole bag of chipboard is yours. We just need to work out when to get it to you. Hello, Delinda. Okay, so I will go through, for those that have just joined, I will show you all. Now, we're not necessarily making these projects, but these are some things I have done. So these are our colours of Brusho that Stampin' Up have. We have Prussian Blue, Gamboge, Brilliant Red, which I used not enough crystal and too much water, so it went pink, but that's something that we can do with it. We have Mossy Green, and we have Yellow. Yes, we must catch up soon. So I just want to show you a bit to do with our Brushos and just how easy they are to use, because there are so many techniques. Now I'm just bringing in my water sprayer here, and I'm just going to use some scraps of paper. So you girls know I love to use my scraps. I might use a bit of a bigger scrap and see if we can't recreate this rainbow effect. So I'm going to take my colour swatches out of the way because they're great colour swatches and I sort of don't want to ruin them. Okay. Well, hopefully I inspire some people to do some colouring. So I'm going to get these out. Now, you do not need to take the lid off these. I guarantee it. You just don't need to take it off. So what colour should I start with? Red, shouldn't I, girls? So inspire you. I don't know if I will, but my whole point is to show you how they work and then maybe make a card or two with my offcuts. So I'm using watercolor paper. Our shimmery white paper will work just as well. So I just have this push pin in there and I just have one single hole. So all I do to get the color out is I turn it over and now it sounds as though I'm tapping a lot, but I'm actually not. So you can see I just have a little bit of crystal there. And then I am going on. It is like magic. So I'm going to add all these colours. So I'm going in with our gamboge, which is our orange. Then I'm going in with our yellow, and I am going to go back in with our red here on the end to create a purple over the blue, because these can mix. So my yellow, my green. Now this looks like nothing at the moment, but you just wait until we add some colour. Actually, I don't know if the purple will work because I've done, oh, that blue wants to fly out. Okay, so I'm going to push all these way up here. I'm also going to move my samples. Ask me how I know. Because as you can see on this piece, I've got colour everywhere. So this was my original piece until I got blue flecks all over it. Okay, I'm going to have some paper towel at the ready. And I'm being adventurous. I'm wearing a fairly new shirt. Oh, yes. Oh, I do have pearlized water, Jamie. I have our shimmer, or look, I'm going to do plain water, but yes, pearlized water or my shimmer paint water would work really well. I'm also going to get my baby wipes within reach. So just have a plain old water bottle here. I'm going to spray it in my bin. Yep, it's working. So from a fair way up, I'm just going to, so you can see I've added a little bit of water and you can see how that is reacting already. Do you know why I'm not going to try it, Jamie? Because I used it on the weekend and it's almost empty. So, yeah. Okay, so I've used a little bit and I'm going to use more. Now, this paper is curling, so you can see the more you add, the more. Now, I am just going to put my paper towel here and sop up some of these edges. Now, I think I'm going to, at this point, add in some more because my middle is quite yellow. So you can see when you tap these on water, they actually react. Because this is wet, they react straight away. Now I may go in and grab a paintbrush in a sec, and I want to grab some blue because all the blue has just sopped off. It's okay. We can tell this paper who's boss. It's all good. Now I am just going to give it, there we go. That's a bit more of the intensity I was after, but I'm not happy with this green. So blue and yellow make green, so I'm going to pop some crystal colour here and make a blue and a yellow and see how we go. I think I need heaps more yellow because that's a really dark green. Okay, let's see how we go here. That's a bit of a better yellow, and I'm just going to add this across here. I'm going to pop this in here, and you can see we have the green that I was after. Just because it's right next to the blue, I just wanted a bit more of an intense green. And I should have a bowl of water here, and silly me didn't even think about it. Look at that green. So lovely. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And in my sample cards, Jamie, I have used a lot of black as the background. Look, my paper towel is now brushoed. Lucky I'm at the end of the roll. That's all I can say. Just using up all this water that I oversprayed to clean my paintbrush. Right. I'm pretty happy with that, although I wouldn't mind trying to get a touch of purple here at the bottom. So let's, okay, let's see if I can't just, this is all an experiment. Now the other thing you can do with these colours, you can see I am happily using my paintbrush here, but if that's too much, I can also blot it off, which is what I am going to do. So I've got a little bit of the red actually. I am just going to blot on more of this blue that I made up over here. Okay, I just want to blot this very top. You can see I've got this bead of water. Okay, that's good. Now I want to wipe up just a touch. I've made just a little bit of a mess, guys, just a little bit. Okay, well, I've got a bit of a spot here to clean my brush. I will. Right. Thank God I use this. Now that is very saturated. It is messy fun. Julie, you are fine. Never late, always on time. Always on time. So I've showed you sprinkling the colour directly onto our paper. Now what I also may want to do, I'm just going to clean my brush a bit here. We're improvising here, totally. Oh my God, that's very, very green. Still very green, guys. And I've made brown. I've got brown all over my desk here now. Such fun. When you do mix all the colours, it does make brown. What I wouldn't mind doing is just feathering off this edge just a touch, so it won't matter if I have a bit of green, but I've just popped a little yellow onto our sheet here, and I just want to feather this out. I don't think it's going to work, but hey, we can give it a try, can't we? Just feather this out. And actually, I'm reactivating the original mossy green, so it is giving it a nice transition. Right, I think I'm finally happy. Now, I can leave this to air dry, which I might for a little bit. It's actually not taking too long to dry, not as long as what I thought. Hello, Miss Rosalie. Sunset above a meadow, and we could have a bit of a lake down here too, but I was really just going for rainbow colours. Husband's going outside. Sorry, I can hear movement in my house. Now just let me wipe some of this down, because I don't want to get any of this muddied colour on here, and knowing me, I will. Okay, now the other thing that we can do, and I have done, is I've used one of our big, I want to say this is one of our big F blocks, and rather than putting this colour directly onto the paper, I drop the colour directly onto this, and then let me grab a piece of paper here just so you can see what I mean. Imagine this piece is a big piece of paper, girls. And then what I've done is put it on here, squished it around, and then you have colour on it. It's a different application. Yes, it will. We might be able to do this while we're here. You have seen me use... sorry. Avalanche, is anyone surprised? You've seen me use my brush and activating it with the water. Give me some other ideas, Jamie. I am having a complete but painting them, and so you can either use your mat or use a block and activate the colour with some water and just paint onto your project. Ink smooshing, but yes, but more watercolour smooshing. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's funny because if the crystals aren't completely dissolved, it's like got a sandy texture when you like smoosh it in. It's a bit weird. Some people had some issues with that when we did the class all those months ago. Yeah, you can use these colours. You've seen me do some mixing already to make a bit of this purpley colour at the bottom and to make a different colour green. So heat embossing, yes, that's what I was about to grab out, because I do have, thank you Rosalie, I do have my box of tricks over here. Yes, you can. Thank you, girls. I knew you'd be here to help me. So here, this is a piece of our shimmery white paper, and I have white heat embossed these flowers. Now, these flowers are from the... I know they're the Mayflowers... the Mayflowers dies that go with them, but that is not the name of the stamp set. And I cannot see the stamp set in front of my face. I can't. But it is a current stamp set. It is the Falling Flowers. It's the Falling Flowers stamp set, and I have just dropped in some colour, and when you add in the water, the colour stays within the embossing. I plan on doing something with these. So this is a bit of a... Ooh. So you can see I've die cut out of this piece. So I've just made this big piece and die cut out of it. And I've got this rainbow piece, which I wouldn't mind doing something with today. So I've added less water to get that spotty, mottled look, rather than lots of water and having this full watercolor look. And I have lots of different... Now, this is something I've just stamped and coloured. It's a bit dark for my liking, but... So this is a green I experimented with. This is a word, the Celebrate word that I cut out. Can't remember the name of the stamp set, but I know it was Celebration last year. So this is a block that I stamped with. Now oh, here's a nice one, a nice flower that I've coloured. Now some of our dye inks, or majority of them actually... Yes, I could, Eclipse card with which one, Jamie? The blue or the rainbow? Because I don't, yes, I could, but I'm not going to on this video, just so you know. So I'm just going to keep these really simple because I just want to get these used. So you can see I've got quite a washed out colour. I think I use this as a second pickup from the block. So you can see I have just some nice different samples here. And do you know what? I think these ones can actually, oh, look at this colour combo. Love that. Love the richness of the red and the blue there, but these ones are going to find their way to the bin. And I want to show you, when this one is completely dry, I want to show you something really cool. And it's a technique that everyone else uses in the craft world, but it works particularly well on the Brushos when they're dry. Now when we're finished with them, we do want to put them away. So now I do like to keep the pin in them so it doesn't run away. Yeah. Now I'm thinking my blue one, I almost want to use our, I almost want to heat emboss our mermaid onto it. I have an idea. No, green, Ellen, green. Yes, you could definitely dye our twine or white ribbon, anything like that. Yeah, you can really do lots and lots. These are just a colouring medium, but it's great because they're contained in these little pots. Now, these pots are also going to last you a lifetime. I promise. I have barely used any. But they're not too small either. So I think they're, what, 15 grams? Yes, 15 gram little jars. And you can certainly take the lids off, but you can see how little colour I used to create this. Okay, so they're away. I am going to love that one to the bin as well. And sorry, just keeping myself neat and tidy here for a moment. I think because these almost look like reeds coming up, I think I really would like to trim this down and have a look at my mermaid stamp set. I don't possibly want to cut that much off. But I will definitely keep these bits I'm cutting off for a second to see if we can't put something on the inside of a card. So I'm just cutting this down to be slightly half a centimetre smaller than a card front size. I think I might want to cut off some of the green bottom rather than cutting off the top. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to, yes, so do I, and it's just freakish how they come up. Now, I have splashed some fresh water, so not coloured water, onto this and sopped it up, which is what I plan to do with that baby over there once it's dry. Now, my mermaid stamp said I spied you before and now I can't see you. So it's called Magical Mermaid. It'd be really good if I could grab it, but I'm pushing it deeper and deeper into my bookshelf. Okay. So, Magical Mermaid. I just think this is such a good water scene. So let me just lay this out briefly here and see what we can get. Now, I've got a couple of sentiments. I've got Have a Magical Birthday, Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes. And we've got these really nice air bubbles too, but I sort of have them already in here, and we have the kelp and reed as well, but we've sort of already emulated that in our watercolouring. So, oh dear, my sticker's fallen off. Fix that. Okay. Everything has moved in here. Hi Kathy, thank you so much for joining. My stickers have malformed on here, but I will make that work. So I'm thinking this here. Do I try to stamp reeds yes, reeds no? And I was thinking of maybe some copper or something like that for the mermaid. What's the first one? Yes, I just put my hand on the copper. So we could do copper, and some green stamping. I think I'm good. I think I'm organised in my head. I could add some pearls. Yes, absolutely. Some tiny ones to show her breathing would work really well. While I am just setting up here, I am going to dry this baby off a bit. You wouldn't believe how much stuff I've got everywhere. Now this is going to buckle, but that's okay. And I need my Versamark. Because, you know, we're trying to do 5 gazillion things at once. Because I really did saturate this paper. It will curl up and it should relax back. So I can see it. Note I say the word should. But that's okay. We have some super strong adhesive we can use. Now, if your paper still feels cold, that means it's wet. So drying both sides when it's this saturated is sometimes actually a really good idea. But as you can see, this watercolor paper, I could actually, Jamie, it is heat resistant. Yeah, I did. Yep. Actually, is this heat resistant, Jamie? I don't know if I'm doing the wrong thing on my mat. Okay. So, that is a really good idea, Jamie, about the seaweed. But what I'm going to do first is do my embossing. So, I'm going to grab some blocks. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Jamie. I just had that moment. Okay. Mount our mermaid here. And grab a block for our sentiment. And please pray these don't fall off because these stickers have curled. But they're actually really good. It shows the fact I've had these stamps for a couple of catalogues. That's how I'm going to stick to it. Oh no, yes. I have a purple one of those mats that Lachlan uses, Jamie, and yeah, it's really buckled. We've taken it off the desk because it's so buckled. Oh, yay! I'm so glad, Julie. That makes me very, very happy. Now, I want to use my embossing buddy first. Now, that's because this has been handled quite a lot in showing people. So I just want to take off some static electricity and take off any of my fingerprints because the embossing powder will actually want to stick to that. So I'm going to start with the mermaid, just using our Versamark ink. And I'll have to find a colour to go behind this as well for a card base. There. Now, I'm going to pop this on its side, and I'm going to pop her on an angle, and I am actually going to, because this is watercolor paper, so it's textured to start off with, and this is quite a fine stamp set. I'm hoping this worked. $10 barbecue mats work really well as well. I found one of those the other day. Can't tell you what I did with it though. Okay, pray for me, girls. Yes, she came out beautifully. Right, so we have our mermaid. So I'm just going to pop her off to the side up there. Now, actually, all that detail came out beautifully. Now we are going to try for the sentiment. This is where I might need some prayers because it may not be straight. Now, I do have a bit of stray embossing powder, but I am going to use a small paintbrush to get that off before we melt this embossing powder. That was that stamp set falling on the floor. Oh no, I'm missing an M on the mermaid. And the kisses, please tell me that was just the embossing powder. Oh, thank you. Oh, I just missed embossing powder. That turned out really well. Okay, so get my little tiny detail paintbrush. Now, I actually don't paint with this paintbrush. I use it just to remove some stray embossing powder. Okay, now carefully. Right. I think I'm good. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to move this to somewhere where I'm not going to knock it. Yes, it is a good one for the stamper artist, but I was 80% sure I was going to do well without the stamper artist. That's the confidence I have in myself. Now, use the back of the paintbrush so I don't melt my fingernails. I don't know if I could melt my fingernails actually, but it'd be interesting to see. Now this paper, because it's thicker, the embossing powder will take a little longer to heat up because of the type of paper that it is. So once your embossing powder is glossy, just move on. And we'll do our sentiment, but hopefully you can see this changing. Okay, that is that embossed. So let me bring this up here just to show you. I have warped it a touch. Yes, there you go. So that is that. I am thinking Jamie's idea of having some water on this to bleach. Well, not to bleach, but yeah. I'm just creating a bit of a pad over here. Oh, do you know what I should just do? Is use my mat here. That would have been smart. Now, I'm going to lose quite a bit of this detail doing this, but we're going to see if this works. Come on, Jamie, let's see if you're right. Oh, heat embossing never, ever, ever gets old. I don't think that worked. But you can see where the colour has come up. And I think I am going to, you can see where the colours come off in the water. Now, which green shall I use? Thinking maybe a touch of garden. Greens, greens, greens. We have so many. We have oh, that might be nice. Which one? Or use both, girls? Oh my God, 18. That is a huge achievement to make your way to 18, and the fact your mother hasn't killed you in the meantime. Or do I just leave it as is and put some bubbles up here? I think I might leave it as is, you know. Hey, Shireen, hope you're having... No, I don't have a teal. No. Sorry, that was a bit forceful. I think... Just let me grab the stamp set off the floor, because of course it was the one that fell over. Or fell off. So I'm just thinking I'm going to get this garden green. I'm probably going to end up hating it, but I am going to just go for it. And what I might do, I might stamp it off here, so then it's not going to be as bold. Ah, look at that. That works perfectly. Just stamping it off on my craft sheet here. And just touch down here. This is working well. And I like the colour too. It goes in really nicely with the colour that I have already used. Ah, that is, although, pray for me. Right, I think that is great. Very happy. Clean that off later. Garden green worked really well. I might get which blue for some bubbles, because I think we've got enough embossing as it is. Blue, blue, blue. And of course I'm missing some colours out of here. Oh, blueberry bushel might work, as might, I think the Pacific Point is a better blue, actually. Sorry, putting away as I'm going. I think add some bubbles and then I think we are done there. I'm going to make such a mess here today. Julie, that's funny. Sorry. Shouldn't laugh at his misfortune of having 3 sisters, should I? Well, it's his misfortune, no one else's. Okay, so we have the bubbles. And I think I'm going to stamp these off again. And that ink pad just fell. So we can have a look there. And you all saw that happen. I might just pop some across here. Okay, we're done. That just adds a bit of texture to the top, a bit of texture to the bottom, but that Brusho piece is shining through. Very happy with that, girls. And I think I will put it on a Pacific Point card base because that colour actually works really well on top of it. Okay, I'm going to grab a baby wipe and just wipe off all of this. Look at all that beauty. Helps if I move these pieces first, hey girls. You should see all the mess I'm making. I am going to have beautifully coloured hands today. Right. Okay. Pacific Point. Do I have a card base here ready to use? Quite possibly. Yes, I do. Just let me check the width of that. Look at that. Card bases ready to rock and roll. But they are not scored, but I can change that. It is. It's an absolute fun mess, Julie. It's just, I have so much space on my desk and I swear I'm using every square inch currently. See, so much so my trimmer's going over the top of my bin. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Okay. How's this going? Oh, this is almost dry. I know I did give it a bit of a blast with the heat tool a second ago, but it's actually going really, really well. Okay, so how's this on this? Or are we thinking, no, that actually doesn't work? Do you think... And I still don't have any copper paper. That is not going to work. Oh, that will work nicely though. This is Lemon Lime Twist. I think the lemon lime twist will just make it pop. I'm so sad that we will be saying goodbye to this colour at the end of this annual catalogue, which is only in June. We actually say goodbye to this colour, which makes me very sad. It's a colour I've loved. Luckily, I now have Granny Apple Green, which would also work with this card. It's all about trial and error with these colours to get them to work, because they're not quite true. Yeah, I know, Julie. I just was looking at my paper above me and went, yes, that colour will work. So... Do we trust myself with tear and tape? No, I don't. Oh, you're getting in early. Yeah, the green makes it pop really well, Jamie. You are right. So, I am being quite generous with this because it is bowed, and I am actually going to grab in that large block again and weight this down. Okay. Make sure we are putting it on right way up. Not, oh God. Jamie, you jinx me every time using this goddamn glue. Sorry for cursing there, because I now... no, I actually have full sunshine. But were the clouds coming over from my way, or were they coming over from... Actually, I fixed it really well. Okay, so this is lined up as best as I can get it. I am going to put this block, this F block on it, give it some pressure, and then while this is sitting here drying, I am going to do some magic on this baby. So this card is essentially done except for the drying. So this piece, this is the piece we coloured before, and I have my clean water sprayer. I'm going to go really quite up and just do a part depress of... Now, I could also put this in my hand and flick it on that way, but I'm not very good at that. So what I'm doing now, I'm letting the water soak up the pigment of the Brusho, and then I'm going to bring in my mostly clean last piece of paper towel. I think I've left it long enough, and I'm going to blot up those coloured drops of water, and it actually takes away... Just going to wipe up the rest of the water while I'm here. it's messy fun. Look, so you can see how much of that colour actually came up. And I'm just going to give this a quick blast and dry it off. So you can see over here it's exposed some more of the red that we added. We've got a bit of a green in the background, but you can, as I dry it, these spots, especially up the top, are becoming quite prominent. So this is still a touch damp, but I will make this into a card, not today with you girls, but I will make it into a card in the next week or so and share it and link back to creating the background, because yeah, it's just, I don't want to play with it while it's still a bit damp. So hopefully, yes, I am. Oh, yay, Jen! So glad. So you can see all the splots up here, how I've taken that colour away. But I will put this away. I will definitely use a tree on it. Thank you for your suggestions. And what I'm going to bring over is this baby. We're going to have some fun with this. I want to use some black with it, make it really bold. So I think I'm going to have to bring my trimmer back, because I'm pretty sure this piece is oversized. So I maybe want to take a touch off this side and take, yeah, a touch off this side. So this is roughly correct. And I don't want to take any off the bottom, because I've only got that touch of green down there. So I'll definitely take some off the top. And I've still got those nice splots. Okay. Now let me look for a really cool sentiment. That's not gonna work. Hello, Miss Chris. Thank you for joining. I'm also looking for a large sentiment. So, only because I love this sentiment so much. So happy to have you in my life. I'm also possibly looking at Picture Perfect birthday and maybe celebrate the good stuff. So happy to have you in my life, or celebrate the good stuff. Julie's in Sydney, Jamie. Oh, see, celebrate the good stuff is actually maybe a bit too small, but it will look good over that piece just there, where the so happy to have you in my life would also look good in the same spot. I'm kind of sort of obsessed with this one. And look how good it fits right there. Okay, I am going to get out my Stamparatus for this bit. And take that away. Oh, can't pop it in the bin because my thing's there. Yep. I'll leave that one there. Pop that one away. So, Stamparatus. You can see I have been playing with my doggies here on my Stamparatus. Yes, I have my foam mat down, and I'm going to pop this right into the corner, pop on my magnet. I think that's a great spot over the orange and the yellow. Yep, that is right in the corner. And oh, where's my good stays on? Yes, I know, but I could also use like a navy or the blueberry bushel. Actually, I wouldn't mind using that blueberry bushel because it's dark, but it's not super dark. Thanks, Jamie, for popping that into my head. Because my stays on I have to dig for because it's in my tote from class on the weekend. Oh, I've got a little imperfection here on my stamp. What is stuck on there? There is literally, or there was, something stuck on there. Yes. Sorry, I got ink on my hands. Surprise, surprise, says no one ever in my life. I swear people must think that don't know what I do, must think I'm weird for having ink all over my hand, or they think I work with kids or something. Okay, pray that this, well, it doesn't matter if it doesn't transfer first time. I'm just being nice and even. Hooray! That looks great. That looks really good. And there's not much ink left on there. Happy with that. Before I do anything, I will put away this very bold blue ink pad because we all know what will happen. Yes, so do I. Looks real. I'm so glad I did it exactly there because you can still see all that beautiful colour, but it just, and spatially it works. It just works with everything. So my stamp artist is away. I will clean that up later. Some blueberry bushel cardstock. And I think I already have some card bases done. Look at that one I prepared earlier. Right. And just make sure, because I've still got heaps of trimming space. Oh, I didn't trim this widthwise very well. Trimmer. I think I trimmed it to the exact width of the card, not a touch smaller. So, yeah. So I'm just going to take, don't want to take much more of that blue, but that leaves enough green. Yes. Oh, that worked out well. Let's have a looky-see now. Perfect, perfect. Yes, I'm going to get that horrid glue again, Jamie. So sorry. Just take some deep breaths, please. Yes, the blueberry bushel. So the blueberry bushel, well, you can have a, so this is cardstock, this is the ink pad. It is one of our current ink colours. So it came in this current annual catalogue. So it's probably around for about 18 more months. Bit less than 18 months it'll be around for. And it won't be back for quite a number of years, if at all, but it's a great, the colour is in between Pacific Point, and I'll bring in the Pacific Point so you can see. It's in between Pacific Point and Night of Navy. So it's a bit darker than the mid blue of the Pacific Point, but lighter than the Night of Navy. Okay. I love this rainbow one. I'm actually going to pull this. No, I'm not. It's staying exactly how it wants to. Okay. Now, on the inside of this baby, see, that's all dry, all flat. I'm going to bring in our Magical Mermaid stamp set again, and I think I'm going to stamp Have a Magical Birthday and this silhouette mermaid inside. I lost my silhouette mermaid when it fell on the floor. Or did it fall in the bin? How have I lost it, guys? Because it's seriously not in here. And we did have I found it on the floor. Oh, there you go. We have almost used every stamp in this stamp set. Look at us go. Grab some of our... Yes, the floor stole the stamps. Yes, handmade, not Hallmark. Exactly. I did have to say that to a few of the girls on the weekend during class. They went, it's handmade, and because she hasn't been to class in a number of months, just through circumstance in her life, and I said, no, Chris, it's actually handmade, not Hallmark. Yes, everyone stop looking, please. Okay, so... Have a magical birthday. Beautiful. I have lots of stamp cleaning to do when I'm done, and I think we'll do the silhouette in Lemon Lime Twist. I did not replace my my in colour ink pads when I updated mine because I knew they were running away. So now I'm going to hold this here for a few seconds because it is a solid stamp. So there you go. We have a decorated inside to the card. Now I did not add an insert because this is the perfect colour to stamp on. But now I have an awesome girl card in my stash. Do you think Ivy will like it, Jamie? Beautiful. So here's a close-up. I'll leave this here for a bit. So I'll also tilt it so you can see the embossing. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to get a, there we go. And then the inside. There you go. And that's just using one of the backgrounds I'd previously created. Now I only have little bits. I've used my big bits. Now, so happy to have you in my life. Oh, this has some bits in it. I'll remove that later. My husband's playing with the music. So happy to have you in my life. You are amazing, or I believe in you. You are amazing. Or do I leave it blank? I might leave this one blank because I can almost make this any occasion. However much I love You're Amazing and I Believe in You, so happy to have you in my life. I hope you have an amazing birthday. I can make this card whatever. So this one I will leave blank. Yes, you did. So what we started out, Julie, was we did this piece, which it's almost dry, but Do you want me to do this? I haven't even got my watch on today. What's the time? What's the time, Aussie girls? What's the time, Mr. Wolf, Mr. Woodbridge? Pardon? 1:45. Look, let's play with it.
Oh, sorry, I was all right.
1:23, right. Thank you, girls. The girls have a lag, so you told me the time first. I really like this dark bloom on this side, so I'm going to trim some off this side. Right, and a touch off the top, and then a touch off the bottom. Thank you, girls. Look, I might as well make it, mightn't I? I just might as well do it. Yeah, I mangled that corner, just a touch. Okay, we can use Lovely as a Tree, Rooted in Nature. I'll grab it, I just put my whole finger in the Pacific point. Look at that. And I got it on my hand. I'm doing well. Okay, you need to leave it too. Oh, Jamie said hello, David. He's working, he's not listening. Okay, you guys will laugh. My Lovely as a Tree set is the only clamshell set that I have left. Lovely as a Tree, and one of the only wood sets that I have these days. See, I just love this one. I really, really do. Or I could stamp these ones. I know, you guys are such children, but I love it. Yeah, it is actually well used. More well used than what I remember. This one I always do Stampin' Right marker technique on to make it colourful, which is the technique I used last time. I like to use that on this tree as well, multi-colouring it. That would work well. Now, am I stamping these in black? Because obviously I cannot. Or do I use the colour that I've already had out? Or do I use that garden green? Garden green. I haven't used Lovely as a Tree for a long time. So I've already made the decision that I'm using it. And I'm just going for it. And then we'll see what eventuates from there. Okay. Does David realise I'm still on a live as he testing all his devices? Can you hear him talking? I haven't put this down straight. Do you know what? I'm okay not having it clean out. Yes! Look at that. That looks beautiful. Could have had it down a touch more, but I can live with it as it is. Okay. What else are we going to do with it? Endless possibilities. Yep, I did good. For once in my life. No, I shouldn't say for once in my life. I've done lots of good. And I do good things all the time. Only because I've got them here. No.
Hey Siri. Wait till you leave radio. Hey Siri.
See, that's bothering me because it's right in the middle and I'm not playing the rule of thirds. But that's okay. Do you know what I might do?
Play Triple J radio.
Okay. Yep. I have a little bit of ghosting there, but that's okay. That'll do. I'm thinking this side because once again I really like that really thick bloom of blue there. Rose. Yep. Rose. Do I have any birds in any of the stamp sets that I own? Because Rose knows what's in my craft room. I know I've got the butterflies in the... I don't think I have that stamp set. I've used it where you have the birds. But I was thinking of putting some like birds in the sky. I'm just having a quick look. I have... Oh, could I use the Lift Me Up stamp set and put a small hot air balloon or something? A hot air balloon? I'm just thinking we need something up here. No, I don't have the lighthouse set, and the other one that has it in it is the set that goes with the chair that says Just Breathe. No. What do you think of using a hot air balloon? Yeah, that's Bobby. Yeah, Bobby has that one. Do we need Knight of Navy to stamp this in? Sorry, I'm tracking down ink pads here, girls. Girls and boys. Because I don't want to unpack until I've showed you the cards that I made on the weekend. Found my Knight of Navy. I know, Rose. No, I do not have high tide. No, high tide does nothing for me, Julie. I know, it's surprising. You wouldn't add anything to the top. I'm going to put it there. Now I'm going with Knight of Navy. Please pray. Leave it here for the ink to transfer.
Hey Siri, stop.
Yes!
Hey Siri.
I'm happy with that. No, see, Rose doesn't own it either. So the thinking of you... I really do want to put something in the top. I really do. I have ink everywhere. Look, I've made my whole nail blue. Because I had a breakage yesterday. Am I making you nervous, Julie? I'm just going to play with it and I'm going to see what happens. Do you know what I am going to do though? I'm going to put this paper, yes, I'm going to put this paper away because it's hurting where I've got everything at the moment. And hopefully I don't hit my camera Right, I've created more space because I've put some things away. The lift me up, I only had it out for my last card that I played with you girls with. I need to push all these things out of the way. Okay. Lift me up. Oh, see, I don't like the clouds in this set. So I'm just thinking a little one just there. So we've still got white space, but we've got the, we've just got that diagonal, and I would do it. I can't show you that way because this set for me never came. I'm going to leave it there. No, that's why I keep on using my hand sanitizer to get the ink off my hands. I'm being smart. Okay, actually, those little bits look like grass. That worked out really well. No, you are not taking that card away. I'm just having a look at my colour options. No, pumpkin pie's too orange. My mango melody is, oh yes it is. I'm just looking at this stage. I really want to do it though. No, Ellen cannot help herself. You girls know me far too well. I'm just doing it, okay? If it doesn't work out, it's still a card I'll give someone. It's just, the rules are 3. Because I cut it in half, now I need my rules of 3. This is my rationale, and I'm sticking with it. Okay? Okay, right. We went for it. It's not messing with my mind. I love it. It's just subtle because I chose that orange. It's not in your face. Yeah, it will mess with my mind if I don't put it there. And then you'll hear about it. Why didn't I do that on my video? Okay. Backing for this, I'm thinking Night of Navy. I think that'll make everything pop because it's slightly darker than everything else. Night of Navy lives with my... lives with my neutral colours now. Shaking my head. Well, it's not your card, Julie. It's mine. You don't need to love everything I make. You just need to go, okay, Ellen did her thing. That's right, Rose. Every crafter is different. Can someone come here and clean up when I'm done? Because I don't want to clean up all these stamps. Lucky they're all red rubber and mostly, and it's just all through my Stampin' scrub. Okay, and 10.5. Right. Put this extra card base back in the pocket. You pay the petrol. What? What do you mean I pay the petrol? Who's coming up to attack me? Oh, look at that. Once again, I didn't cut it. I cut it at 10.5 and not 10. Hold on. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5. 10.5 Yes, I need to cut this at 10. And that actually works really well with the trees. Yep. Perfect. Happy. Oh, no, I want someone to clean the stamps. Yeah, sure. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry. My mind went elsewhere on the next thing I need to do. Mind you, my trimmer does need some cleaning at the moment. Thought my WA girls may come in and see us today. But alas, no. Okay. So there you go. All I have is my little scraps left in this basket. I'm pretty happy with that. I have a bit of an idea that I may well try with those. Now with these watercolor pieces that you've wet thoroughly, do be generous with whatever adhesive you use, because this one is buckled. So we do want it to stay and not come up. So I am always generous. Yeah, not everyone loves Tombow, Julie. Just ask Jamie about Tombow, but I have a feeling Jamie had to go back to work because she was visiting on her lunch break. If I know her well. Okay. Now, once again, force it down with my block. So I want to show you the original cards that I made, if I can put my hand on them over here. So just to go back where we started playing with Brusho, if I can grab that. So we started playing with Brusho. We made this background piece, but these are my samples that I've made. So these leaf and these two flowers, I have used the shimmery white paper from Stampin' Up. And these two pieces are with our watercolor paper, and they're colored in and die cut. So I heat embossed these pieces first, then colored them, but you can equally do it the opposite way as well. So this is a piece that I dropped the color onto the block, wet the block to activate the color, and smush the paper in. So you definitely get, my husband's apologizing for the music that we're hearing. You certainly get a lot subtler color doing it that way than directly onto the paper. And this is my absolute favorite. This is just a work of art. And I cannot remember how I did it, and I can tell you I will never ever be able to reproduce it. And the cards we made today, so we made 3 cards today. We did our mermaid with this beautiful water scene, and rainbow with the so happy to have you in my life. And let's see. Oh, this is all stuck already. I'll put one thing away properly. No, oh no. No. I'm not even allowed to sing in the car, Julie. It's no fair. And then we have this one right here. So stamp sets that we used before I bid you guys adieu. We used Magical Mermaid for this one, and we used all the stamps except for one in this set. So we used Magical Mermaid. I'll pop these two over here. We used Amazing Life for this one because I love this sentiment. And for this one, we used a couple of stamp sets. We used Lovely as a Tree. We used this, if I can reach it, we used the set 2 of the Rooted in Nature for the Thinking of You. And then I used Lift Me Up for the hot air balloon. So thank you, girls. My pleasure sharing. I just wanted to use these guys up and also show you some of the fun things you can do with Brusho. I've certainly had a lot of fun with it and will continue to grab it. I need to remember to grab it more, but it's fun just to make a whole lot of these backgrounds in a session. Yeah, but just remember with your Brusho, depending on how much water you use, you can get this beautiful blended colour or you can get the splotchy colour. It just is all a matter of how much water you use. Thank you so much, Jennifer. It's so lovely that you could join me tonight. Hopefully the boys are being good for you and are hopefully asleep in bed. I hope to be back later this week. I have some cards from my class on the weekend that I'd like to share with you. So please join me again. I will give you a heads up when I'll be on and what we will be using. Thanks, Rose. Everyone have a lovely afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.